This is News 8 from One TV.
This is a simple step that church officials can take. It's kind of mind-boggling that they have yet to do so.
Now at 6, hidden lists. West Michigan Diocese refusing to release lists of pedophile priests. Our Target 8 investigation after the fall continues. And good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Sterling.
And I'm Susan Shaw. In the face of an Attorney General's investigation, Catholic dioceses across Michigan have released lists of pedophile priests, more than 100 in all.
But as Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker reports, among the 7 state dioceses, the only 2 that refuse to release their lists are in West Michigan, Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo.
Church leaders in Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids have refused not only Target 8's request to release those lists, but the requests of a survivor support group and survivors themselves.
But do you care about little kids? Do you really care about us survivors? Do you care that there might be other survivors out there that are living in pain and shame because they think they're the only one?
Ann Phillips Browning is identified in court records as Jane Doe in the Attorney General's case against Father Jacob Valian. He is accused of raping her twice in the early 1970s, once when she was 15 and again when she was 16, in the rectory at St. John the Evangelist in Benton Harbor. The young girl from a staunch Catholic family was volunteering as a weekend receptionist at the church. Valian, a priest from India, was in his 30s, temporarily assigned to the Kalamazoo Diocese.
And started giving me presents, and the whole grooming process started.
She says that he sexually assaulted her more than a dozen times over a year and a half in his back office.
He gave me a necklace and he asked to put it on me, and he did. And he started, when he did that, his hands roamed down to places they shouldn't have been, and that's how it first started.
Fondling her, she says.
His excuse, I would go, no, no, and he'd go, it's okay. He said, I'm a priest. It's okay. I'm praying for you. When he started down to the lower half of my anatomy, he was filling my body with the Holy Spirit. He was
in 2010, after years of therapy, she told the Kalamazoo Diocese, which found her allegations credible. Valian, now 85, was among 5 priests charged last May by the AG's office. The AG has found him in India and is working to extradite him. In a letter obtained by Target 8, Valian denied the allegations, calling them cooked up. Since coming forward, his accuser says that she has repeatedly asked Kalamazoo Bishop Paul Bradley to release his list of credibly accused priests.
He goes, there's just really no point. It wouldn't serve a purpose. One's retired and out in Arizona. Another one's, not practicing, and the other one's retired. There isn't a need.
She says she asked him again after the AG in 2018 announced it was investigating statewide sexual abuse by priests.
And I said, now will you? Since it's going to be made public. Well, no, I can't, because they have all our records. 5
of the 7 Michigan dioceses have released or updated their lists on their website since the AG started investigating. A total of 135 names in all, according to a Target 8 review. Most of those, 85, are in the Detroit Archdiocese. In a statement to Target 8, the Detroit Archdiocese spokesman says the list gives validation to survivors. Quote, those who are brave enough to bring complaints forward want to know, after we've determined a semblance of truth, that their alleged abuse is being taken seriously.
Because it's been so hush-hush, you don't know if you're the only survivor from that priest, and usually you're not.
BishopAccountability.org, which tracks abusive priests, lists 3 Kalamazoo priests accused of molesting children, including Valian. But it also lists 6 more who served in Kalamazoo with allegations outside the diocese. A Target 8 investigation last year identified 14 priests accused of molesting children in the Grand Rapids Diocese since the 1950s, but that list is likely to grow. The AG's office said its review of seized documents dating back decades from 3 dioceses, Marquette, Gaylord, and Grand Rapids, has found 552 victims in a total of 270 priests. The AG won't say how many of those were in Grand Rapids.
We've had better luck with some dioceses than others, for certain, but we're hoping by the end of it that all 7 dioceses will be as cooperative as possible and understand that it's a new day in this state.
The executive director of SNAP, the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, says he has also asked Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo for their lists.
This is a simple step that church officials can take. It's kind of mind-boggling that they have yet to do so.
But if you truly care about kids and other victims, you will choose to do the right thing and not cover your diocese's butt.
Now, we reached out to the bishops of Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, but we're told that they were not available. In email statements, the Grand Rapids Diocese says that, quote, while the Attorney General's office has possession of these related files, we have elected to not publish a list that may not be complete, while the Kalamazoo Diocese says we cannot publish a list without our complete files. However, it's important to note that the other 5 Michigan dioceses have released or updated their lists since the AG's office seized their files. I'm Target investigator Ken Kolker.